I wasn't worthless. I just needed housing. I just needed a place to live. And once I got that place to live, I'm locked in, I'm there. I grew up in Compton, California. It's the gang capital of California. My father had abandoned us at a young age, but I still grew up in a good home. You know, my mother was loving. We struggled financially. We lived in poverty, and I was soon thrust into the streets with no supervision. I ended up joining a gang. That is probably the worst part of my life. One day, there had been a shooting outside the house. I had unknowingly brought violence to the home. So I had to go. And that was really hard to accept. To numb the feeling, to numb the hurt, to forget about the pain, things I had seen, things I had done, I turned to drugs and alcohol, and I just saturated my life in the streets. Kind of just continued on that path until God said enough is enough, and landed it in the state prison. And I discovered Better Futures while incarcerated in the Minnesota Department of Corrections. Better Futures is an amazing organization. It offered a pathway back into society, housing, mental health. It also gave me on-the-job training, but more importantly, it allowed me to restore some dignity in my life and give me an opportunity to get my feet on the ground, to move forward in a positive way. Without housing, you have nothing. I didn't even understand how big of an issue it was. What it did for me overall, mentally, what it did for my self-esteem, what it did for my attitude, my emotions. It gives me drive, it gives me motivation. The greatest reward with housing for men coming out of prison, for me coming out of prison, was the fact that I was able to sit down with my family and get some self-respect and some connections. I got a chance to tour Great Rivers Landing. I am a mentor. I have a few mentees that are in there, and just seeing how their lives have changed dramatically, just the stress coming down off of them, and just being able to watch them smile again and talk about normal things. And just seeing that and knowing that that structure, that building, that place is providing all that for all those guys is doing such huge, marvelous work inside them. And just to witness that is pretty huge. My dream now is to continue to work and walk with Better Futures. We'll never leave them. Seeing my daughter off to college, but also have my own business so that I can do more for myself, or more for my family, and more for my community. We as humans, we make mistakes, but yet we come out, we get back up, we go forward, we're still alive. I am a living example. I am a 6-time felon. I had a drug addiction for 25 years. I was all but nothing and came out and was given an opportunity, and without housing, I wouldn't be here talking to you today. I wouldn't have my daughter, Abby. You gave me a chance, and this is where I'm at today. And I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to be a part of this right now.